You may know Markus Feehily from the boy band Westlife. Markus was often known as Mark in those days. He's the guy the band would turn to for anything requiring a big voice. Welcome to the BFBS studios. First of all, nice hat. So, new album, Fire, our album of the week from the 12th of October. Tell me about your first solo album, please.
Thank you, first of all, for making it album of the week. That's amazing. That's a first as well. Another first here. It's an album that I've been making sort of for the last 3 years. Westlife split up about just over 3 years ago, and I kind of went straight into writing mode. I sort of started it slowly, and then when I found the sound, it sort of was a lot easier then to put in sessions and collaborate with different producers. So it kind of picked up pace about 1.5 years in. All the songs are about my own personal kind of experiences. It's not necessarily a breakup album, but it is about, I was in a relationship for about 7 years, and then I was single for a good 1.5 years. Got messed around a little bit by just being single, as everyone probably does at some point. And then now I'm finally back in a relationship again. So it's sort of like songs that I wrote during that journey, if you know what I mean. It is kind of based on love, but it's not love in the Westlife way where it was all very positive. It's more sort of my own experiences, some of which were quite upsetting at times. So
well, I have to say, having a little listen, the album is quite deep. It's got real feeling behind the lyrics. Are we seeing the Mark or Marcus that you always imagined, when you first got into music as a child?
Yeah, naturally, like when I grew up, I really did gravitate towards, I was like a big Michael Jackson fan, take away all the controversy and everything. Very much a soul, gospel sort of rock singer, really, and he sang with every sort of, beat of his emotion. I've always gravitated towards singers like Aretha Franklin, Stevie Wonder, even people like Rufus Wainwright and stuff. I love people that sound like they mean it, because I feel like I'm actually plugging into their soul, and so I do sing like that more naturally. And because we didn't write the Westlife songs, and because a lot of them were all kind of very, very happy go lucky, which is fantastic. Now that Westlife is no more, I have had a chance to sort of really sing songs and lyrics, first of all, that I've written and are about me, so it's easier to be emotive with them. Just in general, I'm singing songs that are specific for me now, they're specifically written and designed for me to sing them.
Well, let's talk about one of the songs specifically, Butterfly. Can you tell us the story behind that?
Yeah, that was actually one of the first songs that we wrote after Westlife finished. I kind of went to LA about 2 months after the band finished, and I literally got into my car because I didn't want to do it the other way around, just call up Simon Cowell and be like, oh, can you put me in, or can you get me to meet this person and that person? I was like, I want to do this from scratch. If I'm really going to find out who I am and stuff, I need to do it like any other person would do it, trying to start a career. So I got into a car and drove around LA for weeks on end, and I was meeting producers, and they were giving me backing tracks to write over, and all that kind of stuff. I met a guy called Bert Elliott who works with Ryan Tedder in One Republic, and he gave me the backing track to Butterfly. He played me like 20 songs, and it was that one song that jumped out at me, and I literally went home, and the guy that was with me, Mark Megan, he was in LA with me to write with me, and we wrote it that evening in the apartment. And then it was Butterfly as it is, but without the Joni Mitchell sample until a couple of months ago. I just had this idea, and the don't it always seem to go that you don't know what you've got till it's gone. It suits the song perfectly. It sort of sums up the meaning of the song in one sentence. So we sent it to her, Joni Mitchell, and I really was kind of nervous, to be honest. I was like, this probably isn't going to happen, but let's give it a shot, why not? And within half a day, it came back approved. That was amazing. Butterfly is the second single, and it's a really bombastic sort of big pop song with all the drum beats and strings and ad-libs and everything. It's got the bells and whistles on it.
That was nerve-wracking getting that answer. I also wonder, was it a difficult decision or more of a natural progression just to go solo?
The only thing I could think of, because I did think to myself, do I actually want to continue in the music business? I could completely break away and just do something completely different, and I kind of almost was worried that I would end up doing that. But within like 2 or 3 weeks of Westlife ending, I was just more sure than I could possibly be that I wanted to continue in music. I was literally ready to get into the studio and start writing straight away.
So Westlife, a 14-year career, 15 million records sold worldwide. You're apparently quite big in Mexico, looking at Twitter, but you're not as big as Blue, who are in Outer Mongolia, are absolutely massive.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I didn't know if you knew that. They are huge.
I didn't know that, no.
But did your worldwide stardom surprise you?
Well, what was really weird was landing on a plane somewhere like, for the first time, somewhere like Indonesia.
Yeah.
We landed in Jakarta, and I mean, like the army, the police, everybody were there to meet us off the plane, and
Wow.
there was about 10,000 people at the airport. It was very scary, but if you can imagine, like I grew up in in a little kind of rural part of Ireland, running around the fields with the cows and all that. All of a sudden I was landed in Jakarta in the airport, and there was military assistance because it was so crazy at the airport. You know, they have a big glass wall at the baggage collection area, and the fans nearly bombarded through it, and I worried for some of the fans, but it was so thrilling at the same time. It was literally like, you know, so amazing. Yeah,
You felt like a Beatle.
honestly, like genuinely, you feel like what it looks like for them. I mean, it was just mental. People were like ripping our hair out. Like people were taking lumps of our hair out and trying.
That's why
like,
you're wearing a hat today, because you know I do the same.
Yeah, exactly.
I bet the whole time it's hard to just pinpoint one highlight, but if you had to say like a Westlife moment that just sticks out for you.
We got to kiss the Pope's ring, which was very exciting. We got to perform for him in the Vatican, so that's pretty big. We also, you know, done a duet with Mariah Carey, Diana Ross, Lionel Richie. Like we, you know, meeting people that you kind of idolised growing up and stuff. That's another big part of it. But to be honest with you, the ultimate best thing is performing in front of thousands of fans, and they know every single lyric and melody, and that's the moment where you get to spend time with the people who put you where you are and stuff. And and when there's like 90,000 people in front of you screaming your name, it's pretty mental.
That'll happen, of course, I'm sure, with your own solo work. You won't even need to bother singing, just hold the mic out, let them do the work. Pride of Britain Awards later, you excited?
Yeah, I'm very excited. It's been a while since I've been at them. I actually happen to be sitting, I think, at the same table as Shane from Westlife, so it's going to be a kind of a happy reunion, so we'll have loads of time to catch up while they're, because it's a pre-recorded TV show, I think, and so it takes quite a while, so we'll have loads of time to catch up, and I'm sure there's going to be some really heartbreaking stories. I remember last year watching it, and I think I was hungover and I was crying for the entire thing.
Well, as long as Carol Vorderman isn't hungover, we'll be fine.
But yeah, so I'm really looking forward to that tonight. I haven't been at sort of a glitzy event for quite a while, so it's going to be fun.
Do you have a message, a shout out now for your Forces fans?
I was in an interview before, and I was asked if I'd like to go and perform for them, but I would love to do that. That'd be fantastic. That's something that we never done in Westlife, and so there's, you know, still room for firsts happening, so that'd be really cool. But just in general, hope everyone's doing well. I know what it's like to be away from home for a long time, so I can empathise there, and yeah, just keep up the good work.
Mark or Marcus, let's make a final decision on this. What do you want me to call you for the next few times that I catch up with you when I'm around your house and we're drinking?
Just call me Mark.
Mark, thank you so much for your time. All the best with the solo career. Thank you.
Thank you. Cheers.